Hey friend, I'm a graceful roamer traveling the world with a backpack, a carry-on, and a fierce sense of freedom. If you're curious about solo travel for women over 50, hey now, you've just found your people. In this video, I answer the top 6 questions I hear most from women over 50 who are curious but also cautious about traveling solo abroad. And I'm going to start with the one question that stops so many women from even trying. That question, am I too old? Many times this question presents as a self-berating comment like, who, me? Travel alone? At my age? And I say, why not? The true answer is you are not too old to travel solo. What you are is too smart to waste another minute. And I encourage you to pause and think about that, because we need to remember that after 50, we've been through some stuff. Divorce, and maybe not just one either. You've likely changed careers. You've looked after children, maybe even your grandchildren, maybe your parents. You've experienced heartbreaks, more than you want to remember, I'm sure. Menopause, colonoscopies, and hey, we've been through COVID. If you can survive any of this, I assure you, you can navigate customs and lost luggage and be in an unfamiliar city after sunset. What I'm finding to be true is that there is so much more to discover than what I could have imagined. And that's without me doing any of the touristy stuff that I thought needed to be included in my travel agenda. Which brings me to the second question. What's the biggest thing that women overlook when they start planning their solo travel? And that's mental preparation. 1,000%. It's so easy for us to focus on flights and our outfits, but no one tells you what it feels like to be alone in a country when your eSIM suddenly stops working and you can't connect to anyone or any of the services that you need. Do you know how to be kind to yourself in those moments when those things are going sideways? I had an issue recently where I had to apply for a visa within 24 hours or face hefty fines. If you're accustomed to high levels of convenience, and most of us are, we just need to become accustomed to workarounds. And I'm finding that regular meditation is helping me build resilience for when things like that happen. But hopefully they don't happen again. Next question. What surprised me when I started traveling alone? This one caused me to think about the importance of being present. When you're traveling all by yourself, time passes quickly than you'll ever imagine. You'll forget what day it is. It's the frequent adjustment to new time zones, there's new climates, the new culture, and time just seems to evaporate. There's a lot going on and so much stuff for you to absorb and adjust to. Here's something that I've observed in other travelers, and I think it's something you might want to be mindful of before you set out, and that's spending long hours talking with people back home. either every day or every other day, because it can take away from you truly immersing yourself in the travel experience that you set out to have for yourself. And that's especially if you get pulled into some drama that's happening back home. But let me pivot a bit and say there are moments, real fantastic moments, that time just absolutely has no concern to me whatsoever. Like in the mornings when I'm watching the sun rise above the sea, it's so awesome. Or when I'm walking along the waterfront in the evening and can catch the sunset, another awesome. Next question, and this is a critical consideration for every woman traveling alone. The question is, how do I stay safe as a solo female traveler? I'll give you a mindset and a method that works for me. Here's the mindset. Assume that no one's coming to save you. Get into the habit of planning ahead and creating backup plans. That's really important. And here's an example of the method. For instance, I arrive at places way before dark, particularly if it's a new place. And this way, I get to see the route I took to get there, which also is important if I took public transportation. Another thing I encourage is for you not to tell strangers that you're traveling alone. In the beginning, this was difficult for me, and I was surprised how often this question came up. This question would just come up in casual conversation, and it also seems like a harmless question. However, you don't want to ever jeopardize your own safety just to be friendly. Also, you never know if there's a person who overhears your conversation and what they might do with that information. So the fact that you are traveling alone really is nobody else's business and something that you should keep to yourself. Another mindset is how you feel about something is actually your body giving you data. So if you're ever in a situation where something feels off, don't second guess yourself. Just move along. Okay, confession time. Because I definitely have made some rookie mistakes. And this question is, what did I get wrong when I first started traveling solo? And it is, I underestimated how much comfort really matters to me. Let me unpack what I mean. And that is, I booked some really crappy stays. And a few of those stays, I actually had to become the pest controller. Bug spray and all. Now I circumvent that issue by not booking long-term stays at one single location. You know, I am not chasing luxury here by any means, but I do make a list of non-negotiables and I honor that list. I have found that in the end, I have a better experience and I save money in the long run. Next question is, what advice would I give a 50-plus woman who's on the fence about solo travel? I say, stop over-researching and start planning. Solo travel for women over 50 is actually a declaration that our joy, our peace of mind, they matter more now than they did a few years ago, maybe even more than last month. I actually put together a list of things that I got wrong and what I got right that also functions as a checklist, and you can use that to help you prepare and plan for your trip. I'll put the link below. Friends, I want to say thank you for sharing your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.